Chapter 1. The luxurious Zio family villa is brightly lit. Tonight is the birthday banquet of the 70-year-old Mrs. Zio, the owner of the Zio family. Many grandchildren, granddaughters, and grandsons-in-law gave gifts. Grandamman, I heard that you love tea. This century-old Tua tea brick is worth 5 lakhs and is a birthday gift for you. Grandamman, I heard that you believe in Buddha. This Jad Buddha is carved from Yechen Jad and is worth 7 lakhs. Old Mrs. Zio looked at the various gifts and laughed, making the whole family happy. At this moment, Mrs. Zio's eldest grandson-in-law, Marvin, suddenly said, Grandamman, can you lend me $1 million? Aunt Lena from the orphanage has uremia and needs money for treatment. The entire Zio family was shocked. Everyone looked at Marvin with incredible eyes. This live-in son-in-law is too courageous, right? The lady Zio was over her birthday. Not only did he not prepare any gifts, he even dared to open his mouth and ask the lady Zio to borrow 1 million? 3 years ago, the surviving Mr. Zio, don't know from where found Marvin, and insisted on marrying his eldest granddaughter Avella Zio to him. At that time, Marvin was penniless, just like a beggar, same as now. After the two got married, the old master passed away. Since then, the Zio family has been deliberately trying to drive him away. It's just that Marvin is indifferent, and is not moved by other people's insults, so he has always been a live-in son-in-law in the Zio family. It is also helpless to ask the lady Zio to borrow money today. Aunt Lena from the orphanage where he was taken in and saved, had uremia. Dialysis and kidney transplantation required at least 1 million. He really had no choice but to speak to the lady Zio. He felt that today is the lady Zio's birthday, and then she may be kind and willing to help when she is happy. Unexpectedly, the old Mrs. Zio was still laughing for a second, and she immediately pulled her face down this second. She threw the teacup in her hand to the ground and shouted angrily, "Beastart thing, you are here to celebrate my birthday or to borrow money?" Marvin's wife, Avella, hurried forward and explained to the lady Zio, Grandamman, Marvin is ignorant, don't be surprised. With that said, she was about to pull Marvin aside. At this time, Avella's cousin, Teresa, sneered and said, Sister, look at what kind of rubbish your marriage is. Phil and I were just engaged and not yet married, so Phil gave Grandamman a Yechen Jad Buddha. It's good for your husband. He didn't bring any gifts, and he still have the face to ask Grandamman to borrow money. That's right, brother Marvin, we are both grandsons-in-law of the Zio family. You, as the eldest grandson-in-law, are really a failure. The man who spoke was Disa's fiancé, Phil, the young master of a large local family. Although Phil was about to marry Teresa, in his mind, Disa's appearance was 1,000 miles away from Marvin's wife Avella. Avella was a well-known goddess in Restville, but seeing the goddess marrying this worthless man and a waste of money, Phil was also very upset. This kind of garbage, it's best to get him out of our Zio family as soon as possible. Yes. The Zio family's face has completely lost this guy. I think it is fake that he borrowed money, and his interest in deliberately sweeping the birthday feast of the lady Zio is true. Marvin couldn't help clenching his fists when he saw that the entire Zio family was targeting and insulting him. Had it not been for the medical expenses of the savior, he would have turned around and left this place of fake extravaganza and pomp. However, thinking of his father's teachings to him since he was a child, letting his kindness of dripping water and retribution to the spring, he tried to suppress the humiliation in his heart, and said to the old Mrs. Zio, Grandamman, saving a life is better than building a 7th-level Buddha. Please be merciful. Someone snorted coldly and cursed, Yea, you don't want to give Grandamman ecstasy here. If you want to have someone, you can find a way by yourself and don't let your Grandamman pay to help you save people. What are you? It was Disa's brother, Jay.
The brothers and sisters have always had great opinions on Avella, who is superior to them in all aspects, so they like to seize the opportunity to mock Marwan the most. Avella on the side looked a little embarrassed and said, "Grandamman, Marwan lost his father when he was 8 years old. Aunt Lena from the orphanage brought him up. He wanted to repay his gratitude because of a grateful heart. Please help him." Old Mrs. Zio said with a dark face, "Let me help him? Okay, unless you divorce him and then marry Mr. Jones. If you do, I will immediately give him 1 million. The lady Zio was talking about Bob, who had been pursuing Avella. The Jones family was an upper-class family in Restville, much more powerful than the Zio family, and the lady Zio always wanted to curry favor. At this time, the housekeeper ran in and said loudly, "Mr. Jones sent someone with a birthday gift. A carved jade amulet from Yechen is worth 3 million. Mrs. Zio was overjoyed and blurted out, "Bring it quickly, let me see." The butler immediately handed over an emerald green jade amulet, and everyone present let out a breath of surprise. This jade amulet is emerald green, crystal clear, without a trace of impurities, and looks like a first-class genuine product. Phil, who had sent the Yechen jade Buddha, saw this jade amulet, and his face was a little bit awkward. Unexpectedly, Bob had nothing to do with the Zio family, and his shot was so generous. Old Mrs. Zio happily played with jade amulets and said merrily, "Oh, Mr. Jones is really interested. Only if he could be my grandson-in-law, I would really wake up in my dreams." After that, she looked up at Avella. "How about my condition? Would you like to consider it?" Avella shook her head. "Grandamman, I will not divorce Marwan." Mrs. Zio's expression instantly turned into a haze, and she angrily cursed, "Don't give me your face. You must hang on this rubbish. Let this rubbish get out of my face. My birthday banquet, he is not allowed to participate." Marwan was completely disappointed, and he had no face to stay in the Zio family at this time, so he said to Avella, "Avella, I will go to the hospital to see Aunt Lena." Avella hurriedly said, "Then I will be with you." Old Mrs. Zio cursed at this moment, "If you leave too, I won't have you as granddaughter in the future. You take your parents and your mother, and get out of Zio's house with this waste." Avella looked startled, and she didn't expect the lady Zio to say such harsh words. Marwan said hurriedly, "You stay, don't worry about me." With that said, before Avella recovered, he turned around and walked out. Jay laughed behind him. "Oh my good brother-in-law, you left hungry and won't go to the streets to beg for dinner? In that case, our Zio family's face will not let you lose all of it. I still have it. For a coin, you can buy a steamed bun to eat." Jay said, took out a coin and threw it at Marwan's feet. The entire Zio family burst into laughter. Marwan gritted his teeth and left the Zio family without looking back. When he rushed to the hospital, Marwan immediately went to the payment office, wanting to communicate with the hospital, and to inform them that the medical expenses would be delayed for another 2 days. However, when he asked the nurse, he was suddenly told that Aunt Lena had been sent to the best hospital in Oregon overnight. Marwan was shocked, and hurriedly asked her, "How much does it cost?" "I'll find a way." The other party said, "A total of 3 million is needed. 1 million has been paid, and there is still a gap of 2 million. It will be paid in a week." "Who paid this million?" The other party shook her head. "I don't know either." Marwan was surprised and was about to figure it out. When he turned his head, a man in a black suit with grey hair, about 50 years old, was standing behind him. With eyes facing each other, the man bowed to him and said, "Young master, you have suffered for so many years." Marwan frowned, as if his temperament had changed, and asked coldly, "Are you Darren?" The other party said in surprise, "Mr. Ye, you still remember me?" Marwan's expression froze, and he murmured, "Of course I remember. I remember every one of you. Back then, You forced my parents to take me out of Augean and escape all the way. During this time, my parents died unexpectedly. I have also become an orphan, so why are you looking for me now? Darren said very painfully, Young master, when your father passed away, old Master Yi was also extremely sad. He has been looking for you for so many years. Now that it is all right, he wants you to come back to him with me. Marwan said coldly, You can go, I will never see him in my life. Darren said, Young master, do you still blame Master Yi? Of course. Marwan said word by word, I will never forgive him in my life. Hey, Darren sighed and said, Before I came, Master Yi said you might not forgive him. That means he has self-knowledge. Darren said, Old Mr. Yi knows that you have suffered over the years. He wants to compensate you a little. If you don't want to go back, he will buy the largest company in Restwell and give it to you. In addition, he has asked me to give you this card. The password is your birthday. With that, Darren handed over a Citibank premium card. Mr. Yi, there are only 5 such cards in the country. Marwan shook his head and said, Take it away, I don't want it. Darren said, Mr. Yi, for your savior, you still have a shortfall of 2 million in medical expenses. If you fail to pay, her life may be in danger. Marwan frowned, You deliberately fix me.